There is absolutely nobody who doesn't want to make more money while working less amount of time. Unfortunately, for most people though, that entire concept of making more money while working less time is something that's foreign. They don't understand that it can even happen. And when we live in this world where so many of us are trading time for dollars, where we think that the more we work, the more we're going to get paid, it can seem really hard for a lot of people to figure out, to even picture the fact that you can make more money while working less hours. So instead, what I want to do is I want to teach you a few really easy to use strategies that will allow you to work less but make more money at the same time. Welcome back to Renegade News. I'm your host, Glenn Kowalski. Every week on this channel, we discuss how entrepreneurs just like you can build cancel culture-proof businesses, make a bigger impact, and how you can completely break free from the system. So first of all, let's talk about how to go about designing a business that gives you the freedom and the lifestyle that you want so that you're designing it right from the start. So you want to be able to think about the ideas that will give you and your business life the best chance possible. And one of the ways to think about that is to think about the 80-20 rule and making sure that 20% of your work is accomplishing 80% of what needs to get done. So ask yourself, like, what products can bring your revenue up to the level that you want the easiest with the least amount of hand-holding delivery from you, and do it in the most graceful way? What is the one marketing strategy that takes the least amount of time and gives you the best return on your investment? What is the most impactful thing that you can do to take care of your business and to take care of yourself at the same time? And finally, as you build your business, you have to learn to pay attention to what energizes you to give you that energy that we talked about earlier in the video, and then what drains you. Because when you're energized, you're going to get way more done in a shorter amount of time. When you're drained, I know that I find if I'm tired, I'll work for hours and hours and hours, but I'll only get done, an hour's worth of work. And obviously that isn't giving me the freedom of lifestyle that I really want. The next key to making more money and earning and doing it in less time is to develop multiple income streams for your business. However, the idea behind having these multiple income streams is having some that are bringing in residual income that continue to make income while you're not actually working or not actually delivering those products. So let's look, for example, let's say you currently have a job, you're currently employed. Well, that means that all of your blood, your sweat, and your tears, and your hours, 8, 10, 12 hours a day are going into that one job, that one type of employment. And it's easy to see how that can make you feel really trapped. I mean, you have to be there. You have to pay your mortgage. You have to put food on the table. You have student loans you have to pay back. There's all these things that you have to cover. And so it's not easy to give that up. However, if you can add to that portfolio, add to those income streams some type of a side hustle, now all of a sudden you have control. And eventually it can get you to that point where you can actually give up that job, that single employment, or you can at least feel like you have control over it again. And the way that you're able to do that is by either eliminating, automating, or delegating. And this is one of the key strategies to any business, to any employee even, in how you can gain back your time, because the rule is you want to eliminate 80% of everything that you do so that you're only doing 20%, but you're still keeping 80% of that income to be able to grow your business, grow your income, or live the lifestyle that you're looking for. And whether it's a full-time job that you're running, whether it's a side hustle you're running, whether it's a business, an online business, any type of business, there's chances are that 80% of those results that you're getting are coming from 20% of the work that you're doing anyway. So let's get rid of all the rest of it. And one of the quickest ways to work less and to make more money is to cut out all of the things that you don't have to do. Eliminate them. Look at every task that you do on a day-to-day basis. Do you really need to do that task? Does it really need to get done? Or is it just some kind of busy work? If it's possible, just go ahead and eliminate it. Cut it off at the knees, just get rid of that altogether. The next thing you have to do as you're going through your day-to-day tasks is filter out things that can be automated. Can you set up, whether it's automation through your CRM or through other software, through SaaS services, automation through subscriptions that can take care of different things for you. Anything that you can do that can take a system and a process and automate it and just do it automatically for you is going to take those things off your plate. And then finally we have Delegate. They have to get done. They have to be done by a person generally, although with AI that's getting, the lines are starting to blur between automation and delegation a little bit. But it's the things that have to get done, but you don't have to personally do those. What can you hand off? Can you hire a housekeeper to clean your house? Somebody to cut your lawn? Somebody to take on part of your different duties? Obviously, if you're an employee, you can't really delegate out parts of your jobs, probably. The thing is, there are things that you can delegate, especially if it's your own business, especially if it's a side hustle, or it's taking things off your plate so you have more time to do the things that you really matter to you. So how do you put this 80-20 rule into real practice? The first thing you have to do is really evaluate, like, what brings you 80% of your joy at work? And it spreads over so many things, but what do you enjoy doing? And how can you do more of those things that you actually enjoy? Because if you enjoy them, A, it's not work because you're enjoying it, and B, you're going to do a better job at those. And the scale, what's giving you 80% of the stress? What do you absolutely hate to do that takes time away, that stresses you out, that gets you depressed, that makes you more inefficient in other areas because you're spending time doing these other things? You know, maybe it's doing business deals, maybe it's customer onboarding, maybe it's client one-on-one meetings. I don't know what it is for you. Maybe it's technical stuff. Whatever those things are that are giving you 80% of the stress, we got to figure out how we can eliminate, automate, or delegate those things. The next step to finding more time and making more income is creating assets. And I think this is the most powerful thing you can do in your business, is create assets that you actually own. And it's really one of my favorite ways of making money. Now, building an asset can be really low cost. It doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg to actually do this. The advantage behind it is once you've built it up, you can scale it so easily. And you don't need a ton of skills in order to do those. You just have to understand what it is that you're doing, what it is that your role is in your side hustle, what it is that you do on a day-to-day basis that you're an expert in. It's things like ebooks, it's things like online courses, podcasts, webinars, all these things that you do once and then can be easily duplicated and sent out over and over again. These assets are what's going to make you wealthy in your business, and they're definitely what's going to free up your time. But the thing is, the important thing to remember is you do need to have those products created in order to own assets that you can actually take to the market and actually scale. So the next thing I want to talk about to create more income and to work less hours is by obtaining a yield in business as early as possible. Or in other words, getting profit faster. So obviously creating assets is going to take you time, it's going to take you money, although it doesn't have to take that much time and money. And like I said, we're going to talk in other videos about how you can spend even less money doing these things. But the important thing I want to mention is that in making more time and having more freedom is by doing it fast and getting a yield as quick as possible when you have these new assets. So what you want to do is you want to focus on the quickest, easiest way to obtain that yield, to obtain that profit, so that you're getting the rewards from the work that you're doing immediately, not 5 years from now, not a year from now. You want to get the yields as quick as possible. And that doesn't mean you're going to be sitting around learning and planning and building and rebuilding and tweaking things over and over again. It really means doing it and doing it right the first time. And something super simple is really the best. We don't want complicated fixes. Nobody wants a complicated fix. If there's a push button solution, that's what people are going to do. So what's the fastest viable way to give people a solution to the problems that they're having today? And the purpose of running this exercise and the way we're doing it this way isn't to make millions of dollars right off the bat. It isn't to revolutionize your industry even. It's not to create something even that unforgettable. It's to help start selling things. You want to start selling things today because you want to get your feet wet. You want to get into that habit. You want to get into that flow of creating your own assets, because as you get into that flow, you can create more complicated products, more complicated assets, more intensive courses, more intensive ebooks, those types of things. You're going to get better at it. But right now, you just want to start. You just want to come up with that idea of something that's scalable that you can do fast, quick, and do today, because that's what's going to get you one step further towards earning more money and towards living the life that you choose. Now, I want to give a quick important warning, but as you create this first item, this first product, this first asset, there's going to be this internal voice that's going to tell you, I just need to make this a little bit better. And trust me, once you go down that road, you're going to continue tweaking and building. I know so many people who have spent hours tweaking and building, and days and weeks and months and years, so busy tweaking that by the time they got the product to market, it didn't matter anymore. I don't want you to do that. I want you to go create an asset that you can get done fast, that solves a problem, because that's going to build the habits that you need to do. And as you do it, you don't want to have to be afraid to fail. You know, it doesn't have to be the foundation of your business. It's meant to get you into the flow. It doesn't have to be something you sell long term. It's just the thing that you're going to sell first, because that first asset that you create and product, like I said, it's going to form the basis of everything that you do. There's a philosophy that I like to follow, and that is to fail fast. And the reason you want to fail fast is because that'll just get you moving on to other things even that much faster. And the way that you fail faster is the way that you're going to build products faster. That's the way you're going to move on to other things. And that's the way that you're also going to get feedback, which is going to allow you to improve and tweak over time. And I think that's the most important thing to finding more time, making more money, is just being able to create assets and being able to do it faster and faster and better all the time. But the important thing is just to start. Anyway, those 5 steps are going to get you what you need to do. They're going to get you there faster. They're going to get you to more income much faster. And you're going to want to check out the video that you see on the screen right now, because it's going to give you the latest information on finding more time and finding more money. It's going to give you information on cryptocurrency. It's going to give you information on living a freer life. And whether that's through some kind of cryptocurrency, whether that's through an online business or self-sufficiency, or through overlanding and living out the land, it's going to give you a path to a freer life, more adventure, and just give you a chance to live the life that you want to live. I'm Glenn Kowalski from Renegade News, and I'll see you over there.